Hello, and welcome back to Return to Nature. I'm your coach, Tori, and together we get to deconstruct feelings of fear, shame, and guilt, those that are centered around our bodies. In today's class, we are going to be targeting our hip flexors. The intention for today is going to be easing tension, stabilizing our pelvis, and strengthening our hip flexors. Let's begin. So we're going to start with grounding. Do something as simple as putting your hand on your belly or on your heart. We're going to do slow pranayamas. Inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and inhale up to chest and exhale. We're going to do a couple of these. Remembering our intention is to ease tension, stabilize our pelvis, strengthen our hip flexors. We're going to continue these pranayamas, but we're going to add some gentle pelvic tilts. Go ahead and lean forward and back. Again, lean forward and back. Lean forward and back. Do these a couple more times. One more. Lovely. Let's go ahead and go into a supine position. We're going to go ahead and do a move that's going to release any tension that's in our spine. So for starters, we're going to go ahead and do knee to chest, just like this. And just do this a couple times. This is really good for releasing tension, of course, in your spine, but it also helps with your digestive system. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale when you bring your knee to your chest. Exhale when you release it. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 5 more. For supine release, we're going to go ahead and bend our left knee, extending the right, bringing it over. This is going to release spinal tension. I'm going to switch sides. Go ahead and extend your left leg, bend your right knee, bring it to chest, and rotate your knee over. Your spinal twist. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your knees to center. You're going to have your knees bent, feet flat on your mat, and we're going to go ahead and do windshield wipers. So you're just dropping both knees to one side. Drop both to the right, bring them to center, drop them to the left. And we're just going to keep repeating that. This move really warms up our hips. And if it feels good, just go ahead and roll up, holding in the back of our thighs. And we're going to go into a low lunge. So going into tabletop position, all on all fours. You're going to go ahead and take your left foot. You want your heel to line up with the palm of your hand. And then we're going to go ahead and extend that leg, that right leg back as far as we can. And push our hips down towards the mat like this. So you don't want to be like this and having like pushing your hips up. You want to push your hips down and towards the mat like that. So keep that motion in mind. And we're just going to go from this low lunge, and then we're going to rock back and forth. So pushing our hip back, rocking our hips forward, pushing our hip back, and then rocking forward, pushing it back, and then working it forward. Push back, rock forward. And let's hold that lunge like so. If you want to add an extra step, you can go ahead and place your hand on your knee, the bent knee, and push outward like this. So you place your hand on your knee and push out. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Bring that leg back. You can add a little child pose into it. Pushing both hips back towards your heels and then back into tabletop. We're going to go ahead and bring our right leg, our heel meeting out the palm of our hand, just like this, and straightening our left leg, just like this. And then we're going to rock back and forward, rocking back and forward. And it's perfectly fine. You'll probably hear it occasionally. If you hear popping, cracking, obviously listen to your body, but if you're prone, like me, to having your hips, your knees, your wrists, all of those things pop and snap, crackle, and pop, you'll definitely hear it with doing these moves. So beautiful. And if you notice, for me, I'm clearly more flexible on the other side as far as my back leg. This one doesn't bend nearly as much. So even with that being said, you still want to go ahead and push your hips towards the mat. This isn't about pushing it to the max. It's about releasing tension. Releasing tension. You don't want to force anything. Now you can go ahead and take your right hand, place it on your knee, and push your knee out and back, out. Something else to keep in mind when you are doing this, you go ahead and put your foot on the knife edge and then bring it back. Then bring it back. Let's go ahead and leave that flat. We're going to stay in a lunge position. Go ahead and extend your right arm up. Bring it back down. Extend your right arm up and bring it back down. Let's do a couple more of these. Up, back down. Up and back down. Up, down. Great. Now let's go on and bring this leg back. And we're gonna bring our left foot forward, heel meeting our palm, lunge position. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Extending our left arm up, reach, and bring it back down. Extending our left arm up, reach, and bring it back down. Up and back down. A couple more. Up and back down. Up and back down. Up and back down. One more. Up and back down. Perfect. Good job. Now this is the time where we're going to go ahead and go into a half split. So what you're going to do, if you have some handy, grab your blocks. We're staying in this lunge position. So grab your blocks, keeping your foot planted on the mat. And then we're just going to bring our spine up, pushing our hips down. This right here is a half split. This is a half split with the extended leg back. And then you can go ahead and rotate like that. And then we're going to go ahead, bring our hips back up to that lunge position, pushing our hips down. And then pushing our hips back, extending that left leg. Let's do one more. Planting that foot flat, pushing our hips down, spine up, nice and straight, hands on blocks, and then pushing our hips back. I can tell that that was better this time. You probably can too. All right, let's go ahead back into our lunge. Hands flat on the mat. Let's switch legs. Bringing our right heel to meet our right palm. Lunge. And then hands on block, pushing our hips down, bringing our spine up. Proud chest. Inhale and exhale, push your hips back. Inhale, up. Push hips towards mat, down into the mat. Inhale, push hips back. Exhale. Let's do one more. Foot flat, back into our lunge. Push our hips towards the mat, down. Proud chest, straight spine. And then push our hips back. Beautiful. And if it's in your practice, you can go ahead and go into a full split if you'd like. I think I'm gonna give it a try actually with my more dominant leg. This leg seems to have been treating me very well. So I'm gonna use this one as my starting leg, going into that lunge position like that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and inch my feet little by little apart. Like that. Inch a little, 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 inch a little. Oh, I think we got something. I still do see a little bit of a gap right here. That's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there. I just want to add a little bend right there. Couple of hip dips. So kind of going into the position of a side plank, if that's familiar to you. You have your elbow flat on the mat. Elbow and shoulder are in alignment. You can use your palm also as a base. And then you just go into your side plank like that. And then bring it back down, then up, bring it back down, up, bring it back down. Let's do a couple more. You can add some touches. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Elbow in alignment with shoulder. Knees are bent. Push up and down, up and down, up and down. Do a couple more. And down. Beautiful. Go into child's pose. All right, we're gonna go ahead to tabletop. We're gonna do a couple of hip rotations, just like this, articulating our lower spine, just like that. You can add your shoulder movement into it as well. You can go into the other direction. I like to add a couple of head rolls as well. And go into down dog, plank, down dog, plank, back to down dog. Breathe. And let's go into tabletop. Now let's take the time to invite stillness, placing our hands on our knees, breathing into our diaphragm. Inhale, exhale. Breathing with our diaphragm, inhale, deep, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I want to invite you to close your eyes if you haven't done so already. And just be still. If you have something that comes to mind, just notice it and return back to presence. Make sure your spine is straight. Just as proud. Sitting on your sit bones. And breathe. Oftentimes, we get so busy with our day that we don't have a moment to just be. So really relish that. Remember our intention for today. Ease tension. Starting with our head. If you notice anything there, let it melt. Think of your eyes. Let them melt down to your nose, your lips, your jaw. Relax. Any tension in your neck, let it go. Your shoulders, let them drop away from your ears. Your chest, proud, without tension, just proud with breath down to your ribs, your belly button, your sex organs, your hips. Let them melt into the mat. And while we're there, I want you to envision that you yourself are a tree and the roots are coming from you into the ground. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Continuing with your eyes closed, I want you to go ahead. Circle, sweep your arms up. Reach, inhale, overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down. One more time, inhale. Reach, there's a big ball of energy right above your head. Reach for it. And exhale. One more time, circle, sweep, arms up. Placing your hands together, go ahead and bring them down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. If you'd like, you can always return back to this video if you need some extra release of tension or added support. You can also leave a like, comment, and share this video with a friend who might also want some extra support. I look forward to seeing you in our next class. Take care.